Hello, welcome back to the James Rambling Reviews for yet another episode. In today's episode, I'm going to be presenting to you like a different kind of video because this will be more about an anime called Dan Da Dan. And if you don't know what this anime is about, I'm gonna talk about the plot and talk about how I felt about the episode, what I give it attention like that. But it won't be a spoiler because I know it just came out a couple of days ago and I only watched it today and I watched it a couple of times and I'll get into all of that. But I've just got to do my little preamble in case you're unaware of how I feel about anime. And so I really do enjoy anime. It's this type of medium where I just constantly go back and revisit it whenever I feel like I'm in the mood for it kind of thing. So I'm not constantly watching anime, but when I find a really good anime and I can't stop watching, yeah, I'm absolutely locked in. I'm absolutely watching anime non-stop kind of thing, right? And so there's that. And so just for a modern example, I watched the anime Terminator Zero, and I can link that down below obviously, but that anime was hot garbage. And when I get into how I feel about how I feel about this is so refreshing, and it's like, yes, like anime is so back, anime is peak, anime is everything I need right now kind of thing. So there's that. And so I do really enjoy anime, and I love Dragon Ball Z, right? I love that. I've seen it a couple of times actually, and I know there's so many episodes, but my goodness, I had to watch it again because it's so good. So I like really old anime. I love Fist of the North Star. I've watched quite a few anime from the past, and I kind of realised that anime from like the 80s to like the 2000s and sort of the 2010s is where the anime medium had its really cool stuff. But when you get some modern anime that's just really good, then it's awesome. And so there's definitely that. So what is Dan Da Dan even about? So without getting into spoilers here, what I will say is that what you have on your hands is like you have in anime usually like the high school trope. It's like, oh, these Japanese teenagers are going to high school, they're gonna fall in love with each other. It's like, oh my god, we've seen this a million times. But the way you kind of introduce the characters in this one is you have a girl called wait a minute, hold on a sec, I've just forgotten the name, right? And this isn't staged or anything. I'm just gonna Google both of their names, and then I'm just gonna pause the video right now. Okay. So I just googled there. So you have a high school girl called Momo Ayase, and then you have Ken Katakura, and so they have this kind of dynamic where they absolutely hate each other because they disagree on the fact that about ghosts and aliens. And so there's that, and you do learn about the characters and what they're going through and how everything turns out the way it ends up being in the episode. And I'm not going to spoil too much, but as soon as I turned on the episode, right, I am not gonna lie, bro, like the theme song to this anime is peak, like actually peak. And I know I use the word peak a lot and it seems so repetitive, but this is actually peak because the way that this song sounds and the way it's mixed and how it's like this rap song that's so fast going and then it turns into this melodic thing that slows down and it goes back to being so fast. It's like, what the heck? Who made this song? Who hired these people to make such an interesting song like this? And that is what's really good about it. And it actually is super well paced because it's supposed to run at such a fast pace that so much crazy stuff is happening, and then when you pause it or you go back and rewatch it like I did, it's like, oh my goodness, the many details are just coming left and right. There's that. However, there is also the fact that, and I didn't mention this in my other recordings because I have actually I'm raving about this show so much that I forget so much to say, other stuff to say about it. But like, the voice acting is freaking awesome. Like, that voice acting is actually peak. Like, there's no sweating this right now. Like, the voice acting is peak because the way that they sound, it's amazing. You know, you can feel what the characters are going through, the emotions are popping out, and you're like, okay, yeah, this character would sound so freaking crazy and talk so fast, or they would sound so sad and annoyed, because this is what these characters are going through. And the writing is just amazing for that, and the animation. Like, when you talk about anime, you have to talk about the animation here, because the way that they structure the episode, you'll have just kind of like a generic art style, or just a regular looking art style, and then you'll fast forward to something where you see all these different kind of colour palettes and different ways in which the art style looks, and then you get to see how they play around with that to kind of prove the point that there is so much going on that even the animators have to change up the art style, and that alone just tells you how much actual dedication they put into this one episode that's like almost 25 minutes long, and you're just like, wow, this is absolutely awesome. And so, out of 10, when you consider the voice acting, the music, the soundtrack, right, the way everything unfolds here, there is no questions about this that this is 10 out of 10 television. And so this is probably the best way in which I could actually review this. So if you like this different but familiar, where I was talking about anime but just in a completely different style, because we haven't really talked about anime where it's just one episode, then definitely let me know if you want to hear the rest of my thoughts on Dan to Dan. And so there's that, and this took me a few times to record because of the nature of this anime episode. It's so chaotic and it's like so insane. It's like you need to actually spend time to discuss it, even though I'm not spoiling everything. So yeah, there's that, and hope you enjoyed the episode. And also stay tuned for my Beetlejuice video that might be coming out tomorrow or the day after. I'll make that decision whether I upload it tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, Dan, bye, crazy anime, bye.